Hello! It is December 8th. That means we've lasted a week through this advent calendar and I haven't fucked up yet. Or maybe I have. I don't know. It's, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. It's been 5 years since the last time we did one of these things. I kept dropping the ball, so, let's just skip the niceties and let's get on with the week 2, day 8. It's this one. It's this big one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Day 8. Number 8. Numero 8. And what's inside here? The BattleBots giant nut. Okay, maybe not the giant nut. Noticeably smaller. Smaller nut. This. It's a nut. That's all it is. It's a plastic nut. This came from a tools and building set I had when I was a little kid. My dad was a carpenter growing up, so he was always working with tools, and I thought that was cool. So I had a bunch of play tools so I could be like my dad, and that's what this came from. There was a blue one and a green one too. These nuts, and there were bolts that went with it, but for the life of me, those just got lost to time, through moves and garage sales and everything else. You tend to lose sight of things. So all I have left from that set of toys is the giant nut, and it reminds me of when I was a little kid. The house that I used to live in before we moved into the one that I would say that before I moved into the house that I would say I grew up in. The house we lived in when I was very young was quite small. I remember it. I still have a vivid memory of it to this day, which is so weird. I just remember the layout. I remember all the rooms. I remember what my bedroom looked like. I remember the backyard. And I remember having these toys in the garage next to my dad's tools, and when he was out there working, I would be out there working. And the toys were like, this is chunky plastic. Some of the other tools were not that durable, and they actually deteriorated over time, because I'm pretty sure those toys were hand-me-downs to my two younger brothers, but they were banged with and chewed on and stepped on, and after 3 babies, some of those toys were looking a little bit worse for wear, so I think that's when we got rid of them. But this one withstood the test of time. It's still with us to this day. Maybe I should put this on my shelf of BattleBots items, or I should bring this to the next BattleBots event and be like, look guys, I got the giant nut. I won the nut. Wave this around in the crowd or something. Make a necklace out of it. Wear the giant nut pendant. I don't know. I'll figure something out with it. But yeah. This one, much like the watch, this one also takes me back. I guess you guys can determine a pattern here of like things from my childhood that I remember. That's what's in the advent calendar this year. So there's the BattleBots nut muy grande.